I feel unaccepted. Feelings that we run deep down inside.
Good morning, afternoon, or night. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Time Out Talk with me, JOT. I think this is episode 4. I don't really know at this point in time, but I'm just happy to be back. I'm really excited about the topic. I want to say excited, but about the topic that I'm going to be talking about today. You see, I'm in my wife beater. And that goes along with the topic today. It wasn't an accident. It was intentional. I did this on purpose. No, I didn't. I actually thought about it right before I sat down. But today I'm going to be talking about male violence. Male violence against women. Male violence against males. You know, it's just pretty fucking shitty. Do me a favor. Hop on Google and Google Florida woman, and you'll see some shit pop up. Google Florida man, you'll see some shit pop up, right? Men be doing some crazy shit, man. And like I said, I might be a feminist. I was about to say I'm not a feminist, but I might be at this point in time, at this juncture in my life. But male violence is pretty fucking detrimental. It's pretty fucking, you know, it's been doing some damage in our society, and it's definitely not talked about enough. Even in the news, I mean, you see all this shit happening, and you know a man's behind it, and I feel like it's just so commonplace that we don't even think about it as, oh damn, like it's all like you'll see, oh, 6 women raped at a college campus, blah blah blah. Well, 6 women raped by who? You forgot to put man rapes 6 women. Or you'll see, oh, mass shooting, 13 people killed. Man killed 13 people. A male killed 13 people. You think about a fucking bar brawl. You don't think about a bunch of chicks in there throwing down, you know, putting fists to each other's teeth. You think about a bunch of dudes. You think about a street fight, you think about a bunch of dudes. You think about most violence in the world, you think about men. And like I said, I'm not saying that women don't have their own issues, that women aren't violent, that women don't abuse men. It happens. It does. I'm not going to take that away from, you know, that issue, because it is an issue as well. But more often than not, it's male violence. It's male violence that's causing all this fucked up shit in our world. I mean, you see, like, you know, you get your occasional, you know, you get your female teacher that's like creeping on, you know, little young dudes in school or whatever, and blah blah blah, getting arrested for it and shit. But how often is that the same case, and it's a man doing it to gymnasts, to young boys on his football team, or on the track team, or to young boys, or to young athletes doing it to, you know, women or whatever in their colleges and shit like that. It's crazy. It's just, like I said, it's definitely, you know, women, like I said, women violence is no bueno either, but male violence is like a mass fucking problem that is wrong with this world that nobody seems to be talking about, that our media and everything tries to just skim over, like, oh, it's violence, it's this, it's that, and they just completely leave out the fact that there is a male perpetrating the majority of this shit. I'm not skimming over it. I'm a male myself. When I first heard somebody discussing this, I felt slightly offended. You feel attacked as a male when you hear somebody saying men are shitty. You think, oh damn, like I ain't shitty. No, it's not men. Yeah. I can say a man may not be shitty, but men as a whole. I don't think I'm a shitty person, but men as a whole, even me having to be a part of that group, been perpetrating some foul ass shit for centuries. Thousands of years. It's been these men, been this male violence causing all these issues. You got your wife beaters. Like I said, you also have your husband beaters. Maybe I'll do another episode where I talk about the husband beaters. But today we got the wife beaters, and You know, it causes a lot of problems. But what I'd really like to discuss today is solutions, not problems. You know, yes, male violence is a problem, but what can we do about it? You cannot stand for it, for one. If you have a friend that is an abuser, that is one of these macho, I want to fight everybody types, that is a rapist, a molester, whatever it may be, can you still call that person a friend? A lot of y'all do. A lot of y'all stand by and watch your boy beat up on his woman or whatever. I can't stand for it. It's just something I'll never get down with. I'll never let that kind of shit stand. Let me tell you, I was walking with my boy one time. We was in Austin, Texas, and we was like on 6th Street or whatever the fucking street it is over there. It's all these streets. But we was on one of the fucking streets, but it was like we was like bar hopping and shit. And there was this guy, and he was being like really aggressive with his girlfriend, and he's like, oh, he's got his hand like up, and you know she's like under his arm, and she's like crying, head and you know in her hands, and he's like fucking yelling at her, and looked like he about to beat the shit out of her in public. Like people are walking around, just walking past this shit, letting it happen, and I'm looking like, is nobody gonna stop this? So I was like, all right, it's not my business, it's not my business, and I just keep walking, and then I told my boy, hey, I'll be back. And him being the friend that he is, he was like, oh shit, hold up, I'm going with you. Like what? So he followed me, and we walk up, and I'm like, hey, are you okay? Like talking to the girl, like, hey, you need to chill, bro. Are you okay? And you know, she's just bawling, and I'm like, and fortunately, so his girl came. So if it was just been me and my boy, it would have been a little bit harder to get her out of that situation. But his girl came, and I was like, hey, are you okay? You look like you in trouble. We here to help. And he was like, nah, she okay, nigga. I'm not talking to you. I hate using the word nigga, but it was a white couple too anyway. And so, but he was like, she okay? And I was like, I'm not talking to you. Are you okay? And then my homeboy, look, this is my girl Stephanie. You know, if you want to come with us, you know, we'll take care of you, get you home, blah blah blah. And she ended up coming with us, and you know, we stopped what could have been an ass whooping in public of a male about to beat up this woman in the middle of the street as people like walking by and nobody doing shit about it. Like, I'm not saying that I'm better than anybody just because I do stuff like that or I've done stuff like that. I'm just saying that there are ways to stop that kind of stuff. I've had like different trainings and stuff since then actually on, you know, how to approach those situations and just how bad the male violence situation is in the world. And I didn't even know it at the time. I just knew that that's not something that I was going to stand for. And that's just the person that I was. So now doing what I do now as I'm a victim advocate. Like that's like my official job and shit, like a victim advocate. But it kind of makes sense, and it kind of aligns with who I am as a person. Like that's just the type of person that I am. I'm not gonna sit there and take that kind of shit. And I believe that's what it's gonna take. Like, I mean, I know you get in these male macho environments and you get your locker room talk and your dudes, you know, degrading women and talking this and talking that, and you think, oh, it's just talk. Well, talk leads to action. Most action don't just happen on a whim. It happens because it's been thought about, it's been talked about, it's been planned, and then it happens. And if you are contributing to the talking about it, you are contributing to the planning, and even though you think it's innocent or whatever, like somebody could be sitting there taking that serious as fuck, and you are perpetrating this incident occurring and don't even know it. Or maybe you do know it and just don't care. Like I said, that's just not something that I personally can stand for, and I'm glad that I have friends that I can influence and will stand behind me when I decide to make decisions like the one that I made when I was in Austin, Texas. That's what it's going to take. It's going to take us men patrolling ourselves. You know, it can be a million feminists standing outside right now saying that male violence is a problem, and other men are just going to feel offended by that. They're going to feel like attacked and going to continue. Ironically enough, if they're feminists talking about male violence and how males are degrading women, those same men are going to get defensive and degrade women, degrade those feminists. Funny how that works, right? But it's going to take us men. It's going to take us patrolling ourselves. 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 It's going to take us men. It's going to take us men. It's going to take us men. It's going to take us patrolling ourselves. It's going to take us patrolling ourselves. It's going to take us patrolling ourselves. It's going to take us men. It's going to take us patrolling ourselves. It's going to take us patrolling ourselves. It's going to take us men. It's going to take us patrolling ourselves. It's going to take us men. It's going to take us patrolling ourselves. It's going to take us patrolling ourselves. It's going to take us men. It's going to take us patrolling ourselves. It's going to take us patrolling ourselves. It's going to take us men. It's going to take us patrolling ourselves. It's going to take us men. It's going to take us patrolling ourselves. It's going to take us patrolling ourselves. It's going to take us men. It's going to take us patrolling ourselves. It's going to take us patrolling ourselves. It's going to take us why we can't think about our women this way, why we can't talk to our women this way, why we can't be this way. You can make whatever excuse you want to while you hit a woman. It's still just not gonna sit right with me. If I hit a woman, it's not gonna sit right with me. I don't know if I could. Like, if I'm in a situation to where I feel like I'm gonna have to hit a woman, get out of the situation. Yeah, but this, that. No, there's just no yeah, but this, that. Get out of the fucking situation. There's no reason. I mean, we sit here and talk about all day how men are stronger, more athletic, faster than women naturally. And I mean, you talk about science, you talk about facts. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and argue with that. I mean, I believe it too. I believe a woman can do anything a man can do, but there are some physical things that men can do better, just in general, men, because of, you know, our biology, our anatomy, our physics, or whatever. Not physics, but you know the fuck I'm talking about. But yeah, I mean, you sitting there talking about that shit and how, you know, men are physically superior to women, which I said I do believe in general, but then think there are situations where a man has to put his hand on a woman, someone that you are physically superior to. There are ways to get out of that. There are ways to get out of those situations. I saw somebody actually really close to me post something on Facebook recently saying that, you know, if a woman disrespects me, then I don't care. I'm gonna slap the shit out of her or whatever. And my first thought was, no. First of all, if a woman put her hands on you, if you would have said that, then I would have been like, let me think about it. But if a woman disrespects me in my face, I'm gonna put my hands on her. That's no fucking bueno in my opinion. That's just no bueno. If a woman disrespects you in your face, get out of that woman's face. You go away. Don't be around that individual to be put in that position, because that's not okay. Right? Am I tripping? I don't know. What the fuck do y'all think? If a woman disrespects you or hits a man, what is a man supposed to do? Please comment down below what a man could do if a woman hits him. I mean, I don't care if your opinion is that he should hit her back or whatever. You know, there's times in my life where I was like, hey, you know, if she gonna hit him, you're old enough to pass a lick, you're old enough to take one. If that's how you still feel, I mean, that's cool. I mean, I don't personally agree with it, but I'm not knocking the way anybody feels like they need to conduct themselves. I just think that there are better ways, and I think talking about it can maybe hopefully help change and bring out those better ways that these kind of things can be handled. Now, male violence, yeah, male violence is a motherfucker. It's not just male violence against women. It's male violence against other males. Like I said, you see a male and he feels like he has to be super dominant and macho, and the best way to do that is not to dominate someone feminine, but to dominate another male. Right? That's what makes a manly man. You dominating other men. No, that's no bueno. I'm just not down with that type of stuff. So there was a time in my life where I was like, you know, any dude that want it, we can get it. I'm down. I'm always down to fight. I'm always down to, you know, step out. I'm not internet thugging. We can take it to the streets. Oh man, I look back on myself like, what was I thinking? That's just how I was raised. You know, I was raised, you know, with around the goons and the gorillas, and we was like, hey, we box it out. Like, that's what it was. But nah, that's too violent. And it's just unnecessary when you can just remove yourself from the situation. But you don't want to look like a bitch. You don't want to look like a punk. You don't want to look like one of these other words that we use to feminize other men to make them less of a man or whatever. Why care about what somebody else thinks about you and your masculinity? If you're comfortable with your masculinity, be one of the men that are stopping this kind of stuff. Love our women enough to be a man that's not gonna let this kind of stuff happen. It's not gonna let another man abuse a woman. I don't know. It's just you know, I've been through a lot. I've seen a lot. I've done a lot, and I think maybe my mind is just there because that's kind of what I've been researching and what I've been looking into. And other dudes can't see it that way yet. And I hope to inspire change in some of y'all to even see it that way in yourselves. I know I have some friends that I don't know that they. I say friends, but I mean, because I don't know yet. But I have some friends that are pretty, I I can't say friends. I got like 2 friends, but I got some homies I got some homeboys, some like, you know, my homeboys that we real close, who I've seen be really, really violent with their women, and not as far as, you know, like hitting them. Like I said, I wouldn't stand for that shit. I would have just lost a homie if I ever see my homie hit a female. But I have seen some homies that, you know, just on the phone, like, F you, stupid B, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, bro, like, if this girl is driving you to that, or this woman, I don't like calling them girls because these are women. We're not talking about girls. There's a big difference. We don't call men boys. They're men, and these are women. But if this woman is pushing you to that point, you probably need to just remove yourself from that situation before it does get physical, before you do cross that line. Because once you cross that line, and I know about it, we can't cool no more. There is no cool between us if you walking around hitting women. Hit me, shit. That's what it's gonna take. I mean, you feeling some type of way, you need to get your aggression out on somebody, hit me, I can take it. If I hit your ass back, no, like I said, I try to stay away from violence. Don't hit me either, I was just joking. But, I mean, I'm just saying there are other avenues, there are other options that don't involve you hitting on a woman. So hopefully, some of my guys watching this, y'all can, I can spark some change in y'all, and y'all can spark some change in some other people, and we can all kind of come together and, you know, not feel like we have to measure our dicks all the time. Like, who's the most macho man in here? I gotta be hyper aggressive masculine man and be all fucking rude and terrible and fucking vicious to this other dude when it's just not necessary. And the same for, you know, how the treatment of women. Like, if we can just, all right, cool, you a man, I'm a man, we both like women. Man, they're so beautiful, let's admire them, let's love them. But why do we have to degrade them? Why do we have to talk about them in such negative manners and do such vile things? Like, I'd like it if some of my dudes watching this could, you know, take that from what I'm saying and kind of be that change, and don't stand for these little bitty jabs and the small things, because those small jabs, you know, they could hurt somebody, and those small things turn into bigger things, and that's kind of how that works. Those hyper masculine dudes that are molding the environment for this the terrible things that they truly want to say, you're letting them do that. You know, be the person that's going to stop them and be like, hey, look, I know you probably got away with this before, and since we were fucking kids, this has been molded into us that we are better than women and blah blah blah, even though it's not fucking true. Cut that shit out now. Like, I don't know. I get a little passionate about this, and I can get a little long-winded, so I'm gonna wrap it up right there. Like I said, you want to say be a man and stop another man. Stop another man from being abusive. Stop another man from being violent. You want to talk about being a man? That's what I consider being a man. Stopping another man, patrolling our men, making sure they're doing right, holding them accountable, and not looking the other way when they do some foul shit. That's not a friend. I wouldn't look the other way if my friend did some foul shit. Like I said about my boy Morgan, like Morgan Mora, whenever we was in Austin, like, he immediately backed me up in protecting this woman. It was not a question. He was like, my boy helping somebody, we helping somebody. So and had I not been there, had he done that, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he would have kept on walking. Maybe he didn't even see it, and I caught it because I'm always on the lookout for that type of stuff. I don't know, but I know he had my back, and I think if that were happening and he were somewhere else without me, I think now he would do the same thing. Like, yeah, my boy Jatori would not let this go down. I'm gonna do this for him. I'm gonna help this. So, I mean, that's kind of how I look at it as far as making a change. Just be there to stop some shit. Be there to make a change in the environment that you're around, to control what you can control, and maybe somebody will see it and they'll change, and they'll change somebody else, and they'll change somebody else. Like I said, I don't know, make somebody think. I said, it's not about this season, it's not about making somebody smarter than you think, although that's always good. Just make somebody think. Make somebody think about something in a way they haven't thought about it before. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of me and my wife beater. Don't beat your wife, beat your meat. No, damn, that was out of pocket. But thank you for tuning in. Please, if you liked the video, like it. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down, and please let me know in the comment section why you didn't like it, what you disagree with, what you agree with. Let me know your opinions and your thoughts, and please share the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel so you can be updated on all of the new videos that I'll have coming out over the next couple of weeks as I wrap up the season. I think that's episode 4, so I got like 4 left. I don't know. But you know, hit the little bell so you get notifications whenever I drop a new video. I'm gonna have some interesting stuff continually coming out. Hopefully you enjoy hearing me talk. Even if you don't agree with me, I respect it. Like I said, if you feeling some type of way, feeling froggy, jump. We can box it out. No, I'm kidding. But we can talk it out in the comment section, or you can email me and we can go, you know, battle to battle, face to face. Not face to face, but like, you know, like do like a video chat and have a whole episode of just us arguing about some shit. I'm down to argue. I love arguing. It's fun. But thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.
They told me the communication could get me, but I don't wanna let it. Sometimes I think about a pistol in my mouth to eat it like it's breakfast. Cause I don't wanna stay here. Living is a great fear, man, I just accept it. Sometimes I lay awake in my room and I play detective. I'm trying to figure out why my life's so fucking my desk dead. To be alone and unhappy, I feel crappy, no punchline. I could grab the phone and Facebook the whole family on, but my bones crushing under pressure, 10 seconds left. And it's crunch time, smoke on some weed, order Chinese, kick up my feet, it's lunch time. Crack my fortune cookie, said I should be the sunshine. Now test it, a flower can't bloom with no light beam, so I must project that. But the dark side of the moon don't see light, it's neglected. My girl left, but I'm done crying. Looking back, should've known you was a vampire. Hate you, then I love you. All this flipping got a man tired. Beg you not to leave. All this cuffing got my hands tied. Wired thinking, why they all got what I got? Why they got the good grades, nice shoes, and they life made? Why I got my feet in the dirt, my head stoned? Cause I'm under a rock trying to call this place home. I'm familiar with the game, with this PlayStation. Gotta go out for the day, put my fake face on. I gotta act a part, don't want my pain to show. And protect my heart, that what my rib cage for. They all laughing at me, this the JOT show, you know. I feel unaccepted. Feelings that be running deep down inside and I'm septic. They told me the communication could get me, but I don't wanna let it. Sometimes I think about a pistol in my mouth to eat it like it's breakfast. Cause I don't wanna stay here. Living is a great fear, man. I sad writing poetry, weak version of me. Animosity, I never do it cordially. Hostile, haciendas wasn't afforded to me. If Uncle Ben's in my hand, it's a forgery.